Hey, good morning, channel, and welcome back. Got a very special video for you this weekend. I am out early and on my way to Gainesville, Texas. I'll tell you more about that in just a minute. But this is a very special trip because I have a special guest with me today on this ride. You know him, the one and only Cruiseman is joining me for this ride today. Very excited about this. Now, why are we going to Gainesville? Well, it's early in the morning. We're going to Gainesville for breakfast to a little cafe in Gainesville called the Cornerstone Cafe. Now, I've been to this cafe a time or two. First time I went was with Mark Thompson and his wife, Rebecca. They showed me the cafe and this route to get here, which is a beautiful route. You guys are really going to enjoy this ride, so sit back and join me. Now, this route is over 100 miles round trip, and it takes us over Lake Ray Roberts 2 or 3 times, as you can see here. Heading north on the Dallas North Tollway, we head up all the way to almost the town of Salina, where we hit our favorite FM road, FM 455. Only this time, instead of heading east to Buc-ee's, we turn left and head west towards Lake Ray Roberts and the town of Pilot Point. Once we hit Pilot Point, we turn north on Highway 377 and go across for the first time Lake Ray Roberts. Just about a mile later, we hit Farm to Market Road 922, which we head west, and that will take us across Ray Roberts 3 more times. 922 will dump us out into Highway 372, which we will head north, ultimately into Gainesville. This started out as a very chilly ride. The temperature was 41 degrees when we first started out, and the sun was not up yet. It stayed just about 41 all the way into Gainesville, and getting cooler when we would dip down into the creek bed areas and go across water. We both had our heated seat on and our heated grips on. The seat was working wonderfully. Both his stock seat and my ultimate seat kept us very warm. The heated grips were working okay, but we had them set on 4 out of 5, and we both really expected the grips to be a little warmer, but they just weren't performing, we think, as well as they should have been. But nonetheless, our hands were okay. Now, I'm coming to you in this video courtesy of my favorite Insta360 X5 camera there on the front mount, and then my Go Ultra mounted on the chin of my helmet. You'll notice when it pans back to the helmet view, I did not have that Go Ultra tethered to my jacket like I should have. Look at it there. Goodness gracious, I'm glad it stayed in place. Later, I figured that out and fixed that problem. All right, so what do we have in biker news this past week? Well, quite a few things have happened. Out of respect for this person's privacy, I'm not going to name any names, but we did have a local Goldwing rider go down on his bike this week. The good news is he is fine. The bike, not so much. So you guys just anonymously leave a prayer for this person. Second of all, somebody we all know, I won't say who, got a new motorcycle this week, and he is as happy as a kid in a candy store. My goodness, you should see him. Also on this trip, Cruiseman is testing out his new Shark Road exhaust. You no doubt will see a video on that soon, but that was a lot of fun this weekend as well. All right, just north of Dallas, we are about to roll into Gainesville, Texas. Gainesville was established in 1850 on a 40-acre plot donated by Mary E. Clark. And it's about 7 miles from the Oklahoma border. That's how far north it is. The last census showed a population in Gainesville of 17,394 people. The reason I'm coming to you in voiceover mode this weekend is because Cruiseman is riding with me, and when I have my cameras on and I'm Bluetoothing from my helmet to my camera speaking to the video, I can't also open mesh Bluetooth to another rider. So in order for Cruiseman and I to talk to each other on this ride, I had to not connect to my cameras, and therefore just come in later and do this voiceover. All right, channel, Chris and I made it to this, the Cornerstone. What is it? The Cornerstone? Gosh, what was the name of this? Cornerstone Cafe, I think is what it was called. Been here once before with our friend Mark Thompson and his wife Rebecca, and loved it and loved the ride. You guys have already seen part of that. So we're going to have a good breakfast, and then we're going to hit the road, maybe a little warmer this time, and head back. And so thank you guys for joining us today. As you can see here on the way back, I clearly remembered to tether my Go Ultra so I don't lose it on the road. So on the way back, the temperature had risen, now that the sun was up, by another 10-15 degrees, so it was much more of a pleasant ride on the way back home. You know, towards the Gainesville side of this ride, the road had some great curves and some gentle rolling hills, which just made it fantastic. Well, that's going to do it for this week, guys. Thanks for stopping by and going on this ride with me and Cruiseman. Make sure and look out for Cruiseman's video on his Shark Road exhaust, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Until then, ride safe and God bless.